Willie D Live.
What's up, family? I just watched a video of Slim Thug, my homie, talking about how black folks need to stop blaming white folks for their problems. Slim declared it's 2025. We can't blame white folks no more. We got to get past it. Let it go. No more excuses. Slim cited the success of others who have come here and got it from scratch. He said that if they can do it, we can do it. He also cited himself and his own success. He said, hey man, I came from nothing. If I can do it, you can do it. We gotta take stewardship of our own happiness. We gotta be intentional about being happy. Don't blame anybody. Well, Slim, all that sounds good, but the reality is no group of people in the history of civilization has ever been able to reach their optimum when they're being targeted for failure by their own government. The government makes the laws, the government enforces the laws. The dominant race creates the industries and they control the industries. Every major institution in this country is being controlled by white folks. Every major institution in this country is being controlled by white folks. Now, you think that's happenstance? No, brother, that's by design. And if anybody tries to penetrate those industries, they are going to be met with extreme resistance. So yeah, somebody gonna slip through the crack every now and then, but even when they get through, you're talking about one of one. You talking about you got to be a hellified person. You got to be a hellified individual to get to that level. When you talk about other people coming here and getting it from scratch, what you fail to mention, Slim, is that those people don't have people running interference, trying to stop them from gaining access. Slim also said that wasn't even these people. That was some people before them. Come on, Slim. Come on. Now, to my good white folks, if it don't apply, let it fly. If the shoe don't fit, you ain't in the shit. I'm not talking about you. But let's call a strike and a ball. You know damn well you got white folks out there that intentionally run interference on black folks. You know it's white folks out there that's got a anybody but the blacks mentality. You know that there are white folks out there that come up with ideas every few years to try to figure out how they can further oppress black folks. You know that there are white folks out there who purposely become police officers so that they can kill black folks. That's right, I said it. So look, I'm not going to be silent so you can be comfortable. Why is it that black folks are the only people that society says, forget about the past, let it go? And so we're the only ones that they say, don't worry about your heritage. That was a long time ago. Ain't nobody forgot about 9/11. Ain't nobody forgot about Pearl Harbor. Ain't nobody forgot about the Holocaust. They ain't telling nobody to forget about the Alamo. Ain't nobody forgot about the American Civil War. Oh man, they celebrate every year and they put it in the history books so you can never, ever, ever forget. Now, here's the thing. When Slim talked about black folks complaining, do y'all really think that black folks wake up every day looking forward to being oppressed so that we can have something to complain about? Like, yo, look, we got to keep this oppression thing going so we can have something to complain about. There's an old saying, if you don't know your past, you're bound to repeat it. If you don't know where you come from, you might end up right back in that same position. If you don't know how you got in a particular situation, how in the hell are you going to get out of it? If you don't know how you got there, you can find yourself in that same situation stuck. And even if you by chance get out of the situation, you could find yourself right back in the exact same situation if you don't know how you got there in the first place. One of the worst things that a black person can do, or any person can do, is to forget their history and not acknowledge the challenges that their people have faced. One of the greatest disservices they can do for themselves is to not acknowledge that we are operating in a double standard system. It's clear as day when you watch how the court system moves, when you watch how law enforcement moves, when you watch the discriminatory practices of business in the United States, real estate, even if you in the club business. If you get a hot club, that's if you can get through the permits part. They'll come through and shut you down. If you are a black club, you got to do 10 times more to keep your doors open than these other clubs. Some of these clubs are in residential districts, and they have music blaring all the time at all hours of the day. And these clubs will be open for years. You let a black club try that. You let a black owner try that, and he'll be shut down in 24 hours. Simple things like that. Even the way that they over-police the inspection side of restaurants against black folks. All of these things contribute to making life more difficult for black folks intentionally. Now, why would they do that? Because there are white folks out there who believe if black folks were ever to rise, we would do to them what they did to us. And the truth is, we are just not wired like that. Now let's go back to what Slim said about it's not the white people today, it was the white people before them, their ancestors who treated black folks badly. The problem with that statement is many white folks today has taken on the same beliefs as white people before them, their ancestors. Well, what are you talking about, Willie? I'm talking about joining the police department so that you can abuse and misuse and kill black folks and get away with it. I'm talking about being a doctor and not giving a black person the proper care because you think that they can endure a little bit more pain than others, right? I'm talking about not believing a black person when they're in a courtroom. I'm talking about over-prosecuting black folks compared to others. I'm talking about denying a black person a permit or license to operate a business because they're black, not leasing an office space to a black person because you don't like what they look like. Yeah. Invariably, there'll be white folks who watch this video and say, what the hell is this guy talking about? I'm white. Nobody ever gave me anything. What is he talking about? White privilege. Everything I got, I worked for. Every contract I ever had, I wrote a business plan for. I followed the proper steps and I became successful. Sheer hustle and determination. Are you sure about that? Because there are a number of black people who did the exact same thing and they were denied. They didn't get the contract. They didn't get that opportunity. They didn't even get a chance to own the franchise, and they had the exact credentials that you had. Same credit score, same years in business, same skill set, same talent. They were denied. That's called systemic racism. Yeah. Dr. Claude Anderson said there's only 3 ways black people could have gotten here: godly divine decree, genetic inferiority, white social engineering. So let's break it down. Let's start with God. Godly divine decree. We know God didn't do it because God loves everybody. We know that we are not genetically inferior because we have too many cases, too many examples of not just good, but great attorneys, doctors, scientists, scholars, IT experts, economists. The list goes on and on and on. So what do we have left? Social engineering by white folks. No more talk.